Near mint condition, the home of collected editions.
That cover's so awesome.
That, as they say, is that. Marvel Comics. Let's go ahead and get started. How's it going, all you minties? Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions. And join me today as I have two brand new Marvel Omnis coming out in September of 2024 and January of 2025. So, let's go ahead and get started. This video is sponsored by Marvel Comics, so thank you so much to David Gabriel and the fine folks at Marvel for letting us get to break the news on both of these books. Again, one coming out in September of 2024 and the other coming out in January of 2025. That's how far in advance we are. And smash that like button, please. It goes a long way for the channel, and share our videos. Okay. So I got to break the news, and it was such a big deal for me to get to break the news on the very first volume. And now I am talking about volumes 2 and 3 back to back. Most of you have asked me when these are coming out, and here they are officially announced, along with the multiple cover choices you can get and the content. So let's go ahead and talk about these books. Coming out in September of 2024, it is my pleasure to get to announce a continuation of this series, Micronauts, the original Marvel Years Omnibus Volume 2. So let's go ahead and take a look at the standard edition cover. This standard edition cover is supplied by Michael Golden, who of course was one of the series artists when the series launched. And here it is, Micronauts, the original Marvel Years Omnibus Volume 2, with some of the Micronauts on that particular cover, not all of them. So let's go ahead and talk about the content of the book. Collected in here is Micronauts 30 through 54. So nothing else, which really surprises me considering Volume 1 had some appearances. But Micronauts was so condensed into just being in the Microverse. But we are going to see some guest stars in here. We're going to see some of the Marvel characters make an appearance throughout these issues. And I'll talk a little bit more about that here in a second. But let's first look at our first direct market cover. And our first direct market cover, this one here, is supplied by the legendary Gil Kane. And I like this one because it features one of my favorite characters, and that is Bug. I've loved that character for years. And it is a very triumphant looking cover too. Now, you're going to see the work in here of course, Bill Mantlo writing the series, but you're going to see artwork in here from Gil Kane, Pat Broderick, Keith Giffen, John Garcia, Steve Ditko, Luke McDonnell, Mike Vosberg, and Butch Geis, just to name a few of the creators that worked on this particular book. In here, you're going to find appearances from Marvel characters, right? Like you're gonna find the X-Men showing up in here, like Nightcrawler and Storm and Wolverine, Kitty Pryde, Professor X and Colossus. You're gonna see the Avengers showing up in here, like Iron Man and Thor and Captain America and the Wasp, and also Doctor Strange making an appearance in here. But it's not just the good guys that show up through here. So let's look at your next direct market cover. And this direct market cover is supplied by Bob Layton. So this one again featuring more of the Micronauts and also has Bug there. I don't know why. He's always been my favorite Micronaut, I think. But Bug isn't alone, right? He's joined by Marionette and Ron is in here. Devil actually making an appearance through here. Microtron and Nanotron, Acrona, just to name a few of the characters from the Micronauts that are in this series. But you have some villains too, like Doctor Doom and Arcade making appearances through here. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the next book, which of course is the next volume. So it is a volume 3, and that is the Micronauts, the original Marvel Years Omnibus Volume 3. That's right, Volume 3. This one has 3 different covers, so let's go ahead and take a look at your standard edition cover. And I love this cover before we even look at it. This is the cover that I remember getting as a kid. But this is supplied by Michael Golden. This was such an awesome cover. I thought I had found an issue number 1, but this is from the follow-up series. This is from the New Voyages. So let's go ahead and talk about what's collected in here, because collected in here is Micronauts wrapping up the original series from 1979, 55 through 59. That's the Bill Mantlo stuff, and it wraps up. And Micronauts, the New Voyages 1 through 20, and that wraps up the series, and this wraps up the Micronauts in the Marvel Universe. So let's go ahead and look at our first direct market cover. And this cover is supplied by Arthur Adams. And I'm not sure if this was an unused cover, if it was a pinup somewhere, but regardless, that is an awesome cover that features our main characters with Baron Karza in the background. Oh, so menacing, so awesome. We talked about Bill Mantlo wrapping up his run, and then we end up getting Peter Gillis to come in and write all 20 issues of the New Voyages. You're going to find the work of Kelly Jones starting out as an inker in here, but then eventually becoming the penciler, doing 95% of the New Voyages. And you're going to find, like I said, Butch Guice and Howard Bender. Now, let's take a look at the second direct market cover. And as I mentioned, Kelly Jones being the ongoing artist, but also doing the covers, he's the artist in this particular direct market cover. Now, who are some of the characters that are going to be appearing through here? Well, we still have Marionette, and Bug, and Acrona, and Huntar, and Biotron, Microtron, and Arcturus Ron, and there's some other characters that end up joining, but you also have some of the villains coming back in here, like Baron Karza, and the Grade, the Battle Beetles, the Dog Soldiers, the Sentry Drones, making appearances through here. This was the era when I got huge into Micronauts. I went back and started getting the single issues to read about these characters, and there were some that I couldn't find. So it makes me happy that now we're getting a complete collection with all 3 of these Omnis, and by January of 2025, they will all be released in omnibus format. So in the comments, let me know which covers you're going to pick up, what you thought about this particular era of the Micronauts, what your favorite issue of the Micronauts are, and what memories you have of the Micronauts. And yeah, make sure that the books or the covers that you want are pre-ordered when pre-orders are available. That's it, everyone. Stay healthy and safe out there. Much love.